All right, this is Duke with a quick video on binding. ExpressLRS has, I think, 4 different ways to bind. There's a number of different ways you can bind your transmitter to your receiver, and we're going to just go through one quick way to do that. I think most of you will probably just do the quick bind this semester. Maybe you'll be more interested to set a bind phrase and stuff later on. I recommend setting a bind phrase. I find it works pretty well, and you update your firmware and all that stuff. But for the first time you're doing this, you may just want to get it bound so it's working, and that's okay. So I have my flight test mini tutor fuselage here. I got my receiver inside the aircraft here, and I have a battery for powering up the aircraft. I don't have a prop installed. You don't want to have a prop installed when you're doing stuff on the bench. And then I have my radio here with my model selected. This is my flight test mini tutor model. I'm going to go through how to do what's called a quick bind between my transmitter and my receiver in the plane. So I'm going to try to show the receiver because it does have a little LED on it when we power it up. But let's go ahead and take a look. So I haven't done anything to bind this yet. We're just going to plug the aircraft in and observe the LED. There's actually an LED table. You can figure out what all the LED signs mean if you want to reference that online on the ExpressLRS documentation. We'll go ahead and plug this in though. Okay. Oh, whoops, mine already bound. I forgot I had a bind phrase in here. Okay, let me turn my radio off. My apologies. Okay, so let's say you haven't bound anything yet. You plug in your aircraft. Okay, you're going to get like a flashing LED just kind of searching. It's searching for its transmitter, basically. Okay, so that's what you should normally see, like on a brand new receiver. Sorry, that has not been bound yet. You just kind of see that blinking light. Okay, to put your receiver into bind mode for quick bind, what we want to do is do 3 quick power cycles. I'll try to do this so you can see both. Well, I guess we just need to see the battery for now. We can see the receiver again in a minute. But 3 quick power cycles would be watching. Let me zoom out. There we go. Try to help you see the LED because it is kind of important here. So we're going to unplug the battery. Okay, and we can see our LED there. I'm going to try to do it on this side. There we go. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that would be what the sequence would look like. All I'm doing with the battery here is I'm just plugging it lightly with my hands. I'm not plugging it in all the way, just to get power to connect, like that. Okay, so we're going to do that once more and actually get it into bind mode this time. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, and what we should see on the LED now is a double flash. So if we zoom in a little bit here, we see a kind of a fast double flash. That's in bind mode. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and turn our transmitter on. And we're going to go to our system menu. Okay. We'll go down to ExpressLRS. Okay. And once we're inside the ExpressLRS script, we're going to scroll all the way down to where it says bind. You then click that, and then you'll then bind the transmitter and receiver together. They'll get a unique code that identifies them to each other so that you're not flying someone else's plane on accident, and they're not flying your plane on accident. Your transmitter will just talk to your receiver, and that's it. Okay. I'm not going to actually do that, like click on it right now, because I already have this bound and I don't want to rebind it this way. But once you click on it, it will take a second, it will bind, and then go ahead and unplug this on mine and replug it so it just binds normally. Okay, you'll then get a solid LED here once it's bound. Okay, you'll probably hear some sounds from your ESC. You get a solid LED here, and then over in the corner of your radio, you'll see the letter C connected there on the Lewis script. Okay. Also, once you get out of the Lewis script by long pressing the return key, you'll see little signal bars there on the radio. A little bit hard to see behind the scratch, but you see little signal bars next to the MT there, which means it's connected to my receiver. And then, additionally, you'll be able to do stuff with your plane and move things around because it'll be bound. Now they're connected together like you want to have them for flight. Hope it helps. That's a quick bind process. The 3 power plugs here. Again, you just 1, 2, 3. Make sure you see it power up before you start the next cycle of 1, 2, 3. But this works for both PWM receivers, so in an RC airplane, and also works for serial type receivers like you'd have on a quadcopter or something like that. So this video process steps work for both of those things. And that's a quick bind with ExpressLRS. Thanks.